Hi everyone, my name is Henna and this is the third episode of my Aalto MBA vlog. So today we are here at Aalto EE premises, not at my workplace as I promised the last time, but obviously this is due to the coronavirus situation and therefore we have to reschedule a bit. So today I will be discussing about personal development process PDP. This is a unique element in MBA studies, often described as the hidden gem of all the MBA programs. I will first start by describing a bit what PDP is all about and what were my initial thoughts about this process. Then I will tell you a bit more of who am I and what have I learned during the PDP process. So get yourself relaxed and enjoy watching. Welcome. The idea of PDP is to help us to grow and improve as leaders. You know, through this thought-provoking and creative process, we learn how we can maximize our personal and professional potential. PDP is organized so that during the 2-year MBA program, we have 5 workshops. Then we have smaller team meetings in between of these workshops. And in addition, we'll have individual coaching sessions. Then during the process, we write reflective essays, and it has been recommended to keep your own personal diary. So all in all, after the PDP process, I should have gained a deeper understanding of how my personal growth directly affects to how I lead people and how am I able to create new realities for those around me, my team and organizations as well. You know, so far all this time that we have spent to get to know much deeper how our own behavior might seem to others has been very beneficial and valuable for me. It is so important that I understand how my behavior, tendencies go together with different people in different situations. Also learning more about trust and especially about this how to build a deeper trust in teams and organizations has been very valuable. As I now understand how trust creates the ability to enter into constructive conflicts, which then creates commitment, accountability, and results. My initial thought about PDP process was excitement. I saw PDP process to be something which could support me to become a leader that I wanted to be and that I would gain the confidence that I needed as being a leader. You know, I was living in this transition phase where I wanted to be a leader, but I wasn't sure if I could be one yet. I think the reason behind was that I was still living in this false belief that a great leader could only be somebody who has X amount of direct employees or who is above a certain age. And so I was feeling quite frustrated with all these thoughts because in me I saw so many great qualities that would be a great asset for any leader. So I felt being stuck, and I really hoped that PDP would help me to overcome this obstacle. I also knew that this process would help me to face those qualities in me that I need to work with more, but also I hope that it would teach me to really feel proud of all these strengths that I have in me. Whoa, this is a tough one because I am a lot of different things, but let's try to summarize. So I would first start by saying that I'm quite a strong character. I am opinionated, especially in situations, where I feel very passionate about something. I might express my feelings or thoughts a bit too strongly, given the impression to others that I am being an arrogant, even though that is not my intention, at least not always. I would say that I know how to stand up for myself, and if I see a need, I will definitely stand up for others as well. I like to keep things simple. I mean, living in complex environments, my best advice for myself and for others is just to keep things simple. And I have to say, I have little patience for nonsense. I mean, I just can't handle it too long before I lose my interest. But I do say that I think over the years I have managed to develop my facial impressions so that I try to keep them as neutral as possible while I'm thinking the exit plan in my head. How do I remove myself from those situations? I enjoy being in charge, challenge the assumptions, and seeing results is very important to me. I am willing to do whatever it takes to reach the goals that have been set, and usually once I have accomplished them, I quickly move on to the next one. If I'm forced to slow down, I get a bit restless. I would consider myself being a good storyteller, actually a great one. I definitely know how I can laugh to myself, and so I usually tell good stories about myself to others. So I do enjoy a lot when I can bring joy to people's life or somehow inspire them, because seeing that gives me so much more energy back. So obviously, yes, I do like the attention of others. I am quite social, but I do value my own time a lot as well. So my best friend is myself. For me, it is very important that I feel fine in my own skin and that I take care of my own well-being. I really believe that only then I can really show my authentic self to others, and hopefully also this way I can contribute to the well-being of others. Maybe something that I don't show that often is that I am actually quite sensitive. I do spend a lot of time thinking about different issues, matters, or people, all these cause-effect relationships, perhaps sometimes even a bit too much. But this has been always something that I like to keep to myself. But I do recognize that during the PDP process, I have also learned to open up a bit more from this side of me. I can definitely recognize development in me. Now I know better how, for example, deal in situations when things get tense or which I would otherwise experience inappropriate from the other side. Because I am strong-willed and I am direct, I realized I have to start finding ways how to deliver my message better in tough situations. My challenge was that I was either being too strong, or then I went to the exact opposite, being almost fully silent, as I wanted to avoid not to say anything which might appear or sound too aggressive for the other party. All this time that I have been self-reflecting how my behavioral tendencies go together with different people has definitely helped me to understand how I can develop myself. Also, I've received many good tips and practical ones in my individual coaching session. I have also learned that I don't need to strive for perfection always, and I can let things go. I have always had very high standards for myself, and so I think at some point they kind of started to work against me, where I started to experience to some extent this fear of making mistakes or fear of failure. I'm happy that now I have overcome this, and nowadays I know better how to deliver good quality work while I maintain an eye of what could be done better if needed. You know, the moment I realized that my work does not actually define who I am, it allowed me to let go things more easily. I don't anymore take things so personally, and definitely I choose my battles more wisely. I have also gained more clarity to my long-term vision in life. You know, I have been doing a lot of self-reflection on what truly matters to me in life. What are my core values and principles? You know, being more aware of my own values has helped me a lot to gain more clarity in life. And you know, actually what is interesting is that I can see a small change in my own values if I compare them today to a year ago. This is very interesting to see it so clearly. But yeah, anyhow, I would also argue that my self-confidence has only increased. I don't know if that is possible, but actually yes it is, because I say so and I actually feel it very strongly. But yeah, so I think all in all, even though everything is not fully in place, you know, not everything is clear to me yet, I still have this great trust in me that I know that I will find my way one way or another. And you know, I just truly hope that everyone could see their future as bright as I can visualize it for myself. It's such a powerful feeling. But yeah, actually I think this was everything that I wanted to share with you today. So have a great day or good morning or have a good evening, whatever the time might be for you. Until next time. Ciao.